Hi, welcome to this Blueberry Markets video update with me, John Kibler, head currency analyst. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Euro-Oz as the price has started to find support. Now, we did talk about Euro-Oz a while back. We talked about the potential for this market to start finding some support, and that was basically because strength meter was showing us that the Australian dollar was at an extreme high and that we could start to see some slight reversals to that, and the fact that we had this very strong impulsive move to the downside from the market most recently. And often when we get these kind of moves, we can start to see a retracement form. Now, one of the things that we talked about in this video or the previous video was the fact that the market was in a very strong downward trend here on the 4-hour, and that we were looking for price to break this trend or even break through this high around about 147.16. Now price has done that, we can start looking for the long opportunities, start looking for those reversal ideas. Now, it's also important to know why price kind of pushed to the upside today. Now, we did have some ECB comments suggesting that they see inflation falling by the end of the year. But not only that, we also had some updates from the situation between Ukraine and Russia, where some Russian forces have not necessarily pulled out of key areas in Ukraine like Kiev, but there has been some kind of reduction in the amount of troops, of Russian troops in areas like Kiev and things like that. So that was seen as a bit of a positive. We did see the euro rally because of that news. There has been subsequent news following that saying that there doesn't seem to be that much of a movement out, but because peace talks are ongoing between Ukraine and Russia, it was almost like Russia wanted to build trust by taking out some troops from the areas or important areas in Ukraine, and the euro benefited from that. Could that continue? Potentially, that momentum could continue. If it does, I want it to continue from key supply and demand zone areas. So the demand zone that I'm going to be looking for, or how I like to identify the demand zones, is by looking for the last bearish candlestick before price made a new high. So if you actually go into this 4-hour chart a little bit deeper, we can see that the market formed this bearish candlestick here. Now, I know this is a bearish candlestick because you can see that the open closed lower than the close, okay, or the open, sorry, was higher than the close, I should say. So you can see open was 146.82 and the close was 146.81. So only by a pip it closed lower, but it's still classed as a bearish candlestick to me, and that is what's going to create the demand zone for me to start looking for ideas now. So if price was to pull back down into this area here, what I'm going to be looking for is some bullish price action, or ultimately on a lower time frame, can we get those change in trend patterns, the double top patterns, the the absorption patterns where price kind of breaks through the low and closes back above the previous structure low, or head and shoulders patterns, anything like that to suggest that the selling momentum is fading and buyers are stepping back in. That's what I want to be looking for in and around this zone. So keep an eye on Euro-Oz, starting to see that trend potential reversal forming now, and it could offer some long opportunities in the short term. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you in the next video.